Zacho, so something in our group text. Anderson's on probation. We saw him check up against Kenny in the heat. Maybe the old Anderson gets a little rougher there. I don't know. That's a possibility where I was like, oh, look at Jason Anderson, like not quite going for the kill. And I don't know if the probation had anything to do with that. But you said, Zacho, you'd rather not do that. You'd rather not put a guy under probation and have him change his riding and think about things like that. You'd rather just see points, fines, whatever, and then continue the escalation from there.
Yeah, I mean, I actually texted Mike Pelletier after we had our little conversation yesterday, and he kind of explained their new and, in my opinion, improved system to, like, with probation, what that looks like, and what, how.
So you're coming around. You're coming around on what we were saying.
Yeah, yes and no.
Yeah.
So whenever I was on probation, I know, like, as a rider, I was trying not to touch anyone and trying not to, be in incidents, but also I felt like it was kind of like open season on me because people knew, like, I wasn't going to retaliate, I wasn't going to do anything or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
So that kind of, it really, really played on my mind in 2018 whenever I was going through all that, just how it affected me as a rider trying to go and race every weekend and win races and make the moves that were, needed to be made that, are sometimes aggressive. But, so after Mike kind of explained the new system, I kind of agree with it. But I still think that, like, probation for 6 months is such a long period. And, I don't know. I just feel like there's maybe a better word to put on it or something.
Sure. Well, we were talking about it, too. Like, Barsha got probation last year, and then he destroyed Mookie because he was on probation at that point, right?
He was on probation because of Bogle.
Yeah.
Then he hit Anderson.
Yeah.
Got 3 points. Then he hit Mookie and he got 10. So they escalated it from there.
And then DQ at Budds Creek.
Yeah, but we don't know if that's connected.
Tyler Keith told me it was.
Okay.
And then he was upset about that because he's like, wait, it's never been connected.
Yeah.
You guys literally are two different organizations.
Yeah.
How can you tell me it's connected now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the weird, like, the one other thing, like, about mine was mine carried over from Vegas 2017 to Dallas, which was the first round in 2018. And it was I think it was only a 6 month as well. I don't really remember. Maybe it was a year.
Yeah.
But either way, like, starting a series under probation was like, oh crap, like, this is not going to go well. And then first lap of the first main event, I was underneath Faulkner. He turned down. He went down. I mean, I didn't, like, intentionally blast him. Like,
I remember that. Yep.
And I literally was going down the start straight after that, like, I'm about to get black flagged. Like, that's the next thing that's going to happen to me. But I just remember it being, like, such a pain, like, I don't know, a worry in my mind, which I get. Like, that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to curb that behavior and make you think about it. But at the same time, it's hard to just go out and race the way you want to race when all that's going on in your brain.
I'm sure the very first Supercross race after Vegas 17, you falling into a Cowie rider, Cowie was totally cool with it. I'm sure they would have never.
Yeah. Literally.
All the worst things, right? Like, those guys again, like, it sucked.
The skull and crossbones flag that we've laughed and joked about was created from Zach Osborne's incident with Joey, right? Like, that was Cowie's idea. How about we throw a skull and crossbones flag and just anything goes in the last 5 minutes? So,
yeah, if it's for a title, you can suddenly take dudes out like you can't.
But it is funny that the LCQ nothing happens. Now, they did speak to Chiz after he torpedoed Freddie.
Yeah.
And he talked himself out of it.
Yep.
But generally speaking, anything goes in the 450 or the 250 LCQs.
It's gnarly. I see way gnarlier than, some of my hits every weekend in the LCQs.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But Jason is somebody you know well, Jason Anderson, Zacho. You're teammates with him for a long time. And, I think the Cowie guys are not stoked, right? And I think the AMA is obviously not stoked. And it's like he can't help himself. I heard from somebody that when they were talking to him about the Barsha thing in Tampa, he basically said, I was trying to clean him out, which I'm just like, what? Like, why would you say that? But it's Jason. But, like, dude, he could win this championship. Maybe not now, but he could have. And it's like he steps on one rake after another. It's like the Bugs Bunny cartoons, just whack, whack. The rakes are just coming up and hitting him in the face.
Yeah, the Tampa thing was not good. I mean, Obviously those guys have beef and it's ongoing, but when he could have won that main event easily, I think he was maybe better than Chase, definitely down the stretch, coming from where he did and making up the kind of time he did to be down for what was quite a while in the first lap to get 6th place in the main event. Like, that's pretty impressive, right? But he's too old and too seasoned to be making those kind of mistakes, trying to do whatever. Retaliate, or I don't even know what you would call that, because it wasn't even retaliation. It was just like he wanted to plow him.
It's just Barsha. It's Barsha. It brings out the insanity in everybody, right? So.
Yeah.
Barsha get penalized just for being Barsha, but you caused it just by being you.
It's just, I mean, he did. It was just Barsha, and I just hate this dude. Watch this, right?
So Barsha said he hates me.
Right.
That's what he said.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I talked to, as part of Race Day Live with the great Justin Brayton. I interviewed Dan Fahey, and I'm like, what is your take on all this? And I knew that they were going to be disappointed that Anderson is blowing points and positions by getting into this.
Yep.
But he went one step further that he did not expect, and he said, that's only the second thing we're mad about. We just don't like the look, the reputation. That's not what we're here to do. They don't want to be known as the team that has the dude that runs into people.
Right.
So they're even madder than I thought. It's not even just results.
They used to complain about that team.
What's that?
That's because they used to complain about that team, which was my team.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Zacho's team was
It's true. It's true. There's some consistency there at least. They hated it when Anderson was not on their team, and they also don't like it when he is on their team. I'll give it to them.
Yeah. And Zacho. And Marty losing front ends and all of that. Yeah.
Now that helped him.
Right.
No, he was on Cowie also at times too.
Right. Yeah, good point. Wiseco Piston bringing you Zach Osborne on the show. We have a couple calls for you, Zacho, as well. But